So I gotta do this live, try to do this real quick. I told y'all on my last live about, woke and all that, what is woke and everything, right? How I said that 2024, you're gonna see people transition, detransition, and retransition. It's gonna be build and destroy. Everything gonna work out for God units, right? I'm paraphrasing, right? But everything is gonna work out. Okay? It's gonna be some good times. It's gonna be simultaneously. Like when you see all this stuff going on, they passing bills and doing stuff. Right in the midst of that, you're gonna see people pushing back. You're gonna see your redemption gonna be near. You're gonna see people working, voting, or doing things in your favor, whether they realize it or not. So when it comes to LGBT rights, you're going to see a change because that's what's promised. Is the age of Aquarius. That's the only thing in life that's promised is change, right? So I happen, all the things going on today in the world, whatever, so much stuff going on. It's so much. Like I said, it's hard to keep track of it. And that's also a part of the prophecy 2024. See all the things going on in Haiti, all kind of stuff going on. But with trans people, all kind of bills being going on, LGBT, a lot of things going on. Got to stop woke, right? So I was just scrolling through the computer. I was like, oh, let me check the weather. And of course, when I do that, they have all the other articles that pop up and stuff, Yahoo News. So this came up. Yeah, this came up. This came up. If y'all can see it, if you can't, it's going to probably mirror. Y'all see that? Do you see it? Do you see it? Let me read it. Desantis faces pushback in Florida as voters tired of war on woke. I believe it meant tired of war on woke. Conservative lawmakers rejected a host of new culture wars proposals in the legislature. Read that again. Conservative lawmakers rejected a host of new culture wars proposals in the legislature by lawyer Rosa. Right? This just in updated March 9th. Okay, published March 9th, 2024. Updated March 9th, 2024 at 1:52 p.m. Okay. So the article states I'm trying to keep my composure because I'm excited right now. I told you, right? The bill banning rainbow flags from public buildings in Florida sounded like a sure bet. State Representative David Barrero, Republican, the legislation sponsor, argued that it was needed to prevent school children from being subliminally indoctrinated. The rational echo other measures championed by Governor Ron DeSantis, Republican, as part of his war on woke. But instead of sailing through the Republican-dominated legislature, the DeSantis-backed bill died a quick legislative death, making it only as far as the subcommittee. Did not tell y'all. Did not tell y'all. It won't be too long. Okay? Did not say it. All right? Because people in Florida, we're tired of seeing homelessness. Because people like me, I'm not tired of homeless people. I'm tired of homelessness. When you go out in certain places, I'm tired of all this stuff that's going on when it comes to housing, all that. People need to find better ways of sustainable work, a livable wage, food, shelter, that kind of stuff. But anyway, let me continue. That's what people are more concerned about. Whether you Republican or Democrat, Republican, red or blue, left, conservative, whatever, left, right wing, conservative, liberal, doesn't matter. People, it doesn't matter when people need to eat. No real person's worried about if you're gay and they starve and they can't feed their children. Okay, anyway. But instead of selling through the Republican-dominated legislature, the DeSantis-backed bill died a quick legislative death, making it only as far as one subcommittee. It wasn't the only culture war proposal from conservative lawmakers to end up in the bill graveyard during the session that ended Friday. One rejected bill would have banned the removal of Confederate monuments. Another would have required transgender people to use their sex assigned at birth on driver license, something that the State Department of Motor Vehicles is already mandating. A third proposed forbidding local and state government officials from using transgender people's pronouns. Some of those ideas have come up in the past and may surface again next year, but the fact that the bills failed. Some of those ideas have come up in the past and may surface again next year, but the fact that the bills failed, even with public support from DeSantis, even with the public support, I guess it meant for DeSantis, but from DeSantis, marks a change from the days when the GOP supermajority in Tallahassee passed nearly everything the governor asked for. Florida has firmly cemented itself in recent years as ground zero for the nation's culture wars. The Sunshine State is the birthplace of conservative parental rights group Moms for Liberty, the original law restricting LGBTQ plus discussion in classrooms, one of the strictest abortion laws in the country, and legislation that has led to the banning of more books than in any other state in America. That is, but the pushback is growing. Parents and others have organized and protested school book bans. Abortion rights advocates gathered enough signatures to put the issue on the ballot in Florida in November, a bill that would have established fetal personhood installed before it could have reached a full vote. Judges are also canceling some of DeSantis' marquee laws, including the Stop Woke Act. A three-judge panel of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 11th Circuit Court ruled Monday that the law exceeds the bounds of the Constitution's First Amendment right to freedom of speech and expression. Judges are also canceling some of DeSantis' marquee laws, including the Stop Woke Act. A three-judge panel of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 11th Circuit ruled Monday that the law exceeds the bounds of the Constitution's First Amendment right to freedom of speech and expression. Because last time I thought, whether you're Republican or Democrat, to both of y'all passing all these laws, these draconian laws, whatever, totalitarian laws, I thought this was America. Okay? So I thought this was America. I thought you had at least a freedom to express oneself. Freedom of religion. What happened with, come on, right? Right or left? Come on. It's up to the parents. Even the governor recently admitted that the state might have gone to, even the governor recently admitted that the state might have gone too far trying to remove certain books from the school shelves, suggesting laws on books challenging. Let me read it. Even the governor recently admitted that the state might have gone too far in trying to remove certain books from school shelves, suggesting laws on books challenges should be tweaked to prevent bad actors from having too much influence. Democrats and other DeSantis critics say the laws that the governor has pushed will continue to shape public life in Florida for years to come. And they don't expect the Republican supermajority in the state house to suddenly abandon conservative causes. But they do sense a shift. Like I said before, even if you have certain um, uh, ideologies, if you have certain viewpoints, or whatever, certain views, you understand that right now ain't the time to be worrying about that. We need more bills for veterans. We need more bills for people who are homeless. We need more bills to help feed people. We need more bills to help with insurance, homeowner. We got so much stuff going on here in Florida that you're passing what, like 20 something plus anti-LGBT, when you could be helping Florida become open carry. People, you could be doing more things with people being able to carry their firearms more better, right? Making that more fitting to the Constitution. But you seem like you're doing everything to criminalize people, homeless people, the untouchables, the people that you don't want, black people. Oh, but they can't know about that history. They can't know about that. They can't know about that story. We don't want everybody knowing about that. That's too woke. LGBT people's history and freedom and rights. Let's take that away. Let's get rid of the homeless people who have nowhere to go but sleep in the public. They can't afford this, they can't afford that. So what you gonna do? Put them in prison? So like you're trying to do this whole Mussolini kind of thing. For those who don't know who Benito Mussolini is, go to World War II, and okay. Anyway, so no fascism. Okay. Anyway, Democrats and other Desantis critics say the law that the governor has pushed will continue to shape public life in Florida for years to come, and they don't expect the Republican supermajority in the state house to suddenly abandon conservative causes, but they do sense a shift. When his presidential race ended, I think a lot of his influence and power died at the same time. Mm-hmm. And State Senator Chevron Jones, a South Florida Democrat, and I think that people in Florida and across the country, including Republicans, are starting to see that the culture wars are getting us nowhere. I agree with them on that. Even though I'm a transgender man, I have, more, you might say conservative, more views. Like I say, born and raised in the South, North Florida, Tallahassee, but I do have, things about me that might be considered liberal, whatever like that. Right? I'm just not, I don't like to be just in one box or whatever. But yeah. Okay, freedom, I think, is something that everybody likes to do, at least being able to express yourself. And that's something in Florida that a lot of us kind of like to do. We kind of like to just do stuff at our own pace, at our own time, and express our own mind, right? And so when you can't have a discussion with your family or cousin, whoever, based off of something because, it's going to be illegal to even just get it off your chest, whether you're going to get into a fight about it, you're going to take each other out, whatever the case may be, at least you can at least get it off your chest, but you can't even speak on it. That's very anti-American. That's very anti-Florida. Very, because, especially old school Florida, especially, yeah, even Florida now, but definitely, hey, hey, speak your mind, man. What you got to say? I don't care about none of that stuff. You talk about, hey, let me tell you something. Hey, that's our thing, but we gonna, be able to express ourselves from our shirts, from our, we kind of more about that, being able to express ourselves, right? Whether it could be our colors, whatever. Okay. So yeah, so like I say, and then the people from Florida across the country, including Republicans, are starting to see the culture wars are getting us nowhere, right? So it goes on, pushback from within. So I'm leaving the article under this video. I've shared it just by everywhere. I'm probably going to share it except Twitter, but it's going to be on the dish live in the comment section on this live should be. I did it in my community tab, thread, whatever is there on my Facebook community, transfer the community. When I saw this, I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta get up on this like now, okay, right now. I gotta share this right now. So in the past year, it reads on about pushback from within, just kind of explaining like uh, while you're seeing the pushback within the GOP, within Republicans here in Florida, and just not in Florida, like I said before, like I told somebody before, DeSantis, he's not really getting that much support from Republicans. A lot of Republicans, they for Trump, they're not really for him. So all this, show he's putting on and everything, trying to appease who he think he can appease, and it's like even Republicans, like, man, we're Republicans, like, man, we don't care nothing about that right now, man. You going too far. It's like, yeah, okay, you might pass one or two bills, yeah, but it's like you doing way too much, okay? So you're doing way too much, except for the stuff that you really need to be doing for, all right? You're over here, you're over there, okay, yeah, good thing you did for, Texas, whatever, sending the buses over there. I mean, sending the National Guard over there and all that. But we got stuff going on here, right here in Florida, that needs to be attended to, like real serious. And all you're doing is passing bills, trying to criminalize the stuff instead of trying to. But you don't know what you're doing, okay? So need to get somebody else, okay? Good wise last, okay, yeah, but you need to get up out, make way for somebody who know what they're doing, okay? Because you definitely don't. Politics, you just can't be especially American politics, you can't be just too like that. You gotta kind of give and take. You gotta, okay, I'm gonna give you this, but okay, I'm gonna give you all that. I'm not gonna go, just all right to stop on your ass. But anyway, pushback from within the past year, the Florida GOP has been rocked by a sexual scandal involving the party chairman and infighting between DeSantis and Trump supporters. GOP voter registration numbers continue to surpass Democrats, but the party lost two local races that they were expected to win. The mayor's office in Jacksonville and a closely contested special election to replace a Republican state representative near Orlando. The legislative seat flipped blue in January when Democrat Tom Keene defeated his Republican rival. A conservative school board member who raised more than twice as much money and promised to fight the woke agenda. King campaigned on lowering property insurance rates and protecting access to abortion. And so Tom Keene defeated his Republican rival, a conservative school board member who raised more than twice as much money and promised to fight the woke agenda. So even though you read all that money, you still lost. King campaigned property insurance rates and protecting. Okay. Yeah, and I was say too, like, man, people need to be able to, live in the properties that you own. I mean, because we already know you don't really own nothing here in America because you don't pay your taxes, it's going like that. But at least, you can at least get some kind of benefits from owning it while you, I guess technically is somewhat practically, own it, here. Like, what's the point of doing all that and I can't get insurance to pay because, I need this, or I can't have this, I can't have that. I gotta get this every 10 years in order to get this insurance if I don't have a new. All this kind of like, oh my fuck. Okay, excuse me. Okay, yeah, DeSantis largely absent. Reading on. DeSantis, who was largely absent from the state while he campaigned for the GOP presidential nomination, has urged lawmakers to stay the course. But his doomed presidential bid changed political calculations in and out of the state. Mm-hmm. Yep. Many lawmakers credit Republican Senate President Kathleen Pasadamo for some of the shift. Pasadamo, if I'm saying that, Pasadamo stopped several culture war bills from progressing in the Senate, including one that would have punished local officials who oversaw the removal of the Confederate monument. So yeah. Okay, behind those bills. Okay, so the Republican committee. So like I say, So either way, I just like Florida. Me being from Florida, I like when it was a more purple state because you kind of got which purple also dealing with age of Aquarius time. You're gonna see a lot of purple, wool, but yeah, it seemed to be more free. It wasn't just strictly just anti this, anti that. Like everybody had a spot for themselves. Everybody had a place that they can go to that was more supportive of whatever it is they was trying to do or trying to be. And the past year or so, it just kind of felt like very like, and I don't like that. I don't like either part. I don't like Democrats telling you what you can and cannot do. That's especially if it's unconstitutional. I don't like Republicans telling you what you cannot. I don't like anybody infringing on our constitutional rights. Okay, so I'm not like, oh yeah, 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 glad some Democrats. I'm no, this is not the channel for that profile, you know. But whoever it is that they are challenging this, you know, making it where people's sexual, I, gender identity and preference is not being banned, outlawed when it really hasn't never been or really shouldn't be, or the Constitution doesn't really speak or makes it unlawful. Last time I checked, but just because you don't like something that you want to tie it to harming children, which it doesn't. Yeah, you can't do that. So, but yeah, I just want to. And then when you come to Democrats who are anti Second Amendment or anti gun. I don't like that either because Second Amendment, it's the Second Amendment, should not be infringed, right? So your pursuit of happiness, even though I don't think that should not be infringed, but we do have a right to pursuit of happiness, have a right to freedom of speech, expression, things like that. Of course, you can't make threats, nothing like that, but for the most part, just to say, hey, I have this religious view, I have this opinion regarding, politics, regarding somebody's religion or whatever, you should be able to express that. Or I have uh, what the doctors found out, what they say, I disagree with that, and state why you disagree with that. You can do that. I disagree with, you know, vaccines. I disagree with uh, acupuncture. I just whatever you can say to get off your chest, get off your mind. You don't have to worry about getting fined or going to jail. This ain't Demolition Man. I'm going with the for those who seen the movie Demolition Man or know about the movie, watch it. But it's like you can't say nothing without getting fined. You can't walk a fine line. But yeah, um, charged for breathing the air. God dang it. But yeah, but we have rights in this country, and we need to protect those rights. And just because you don't feel safe doesn't mean that people should give up their rights. Whether it's the Second Amendment right, the 14th Amendment, whatever, people should not have to sacrifice their God-given rights just to make you feel safe. I don't feel safe. I don't know about around a bunch of gay people just walking around, a bunch of drag shows. Children ain't gonna be safe. Don't take them to the drag shows. Just don't take it. Don't take them there. Okay. Okay. So just like people, don't like guns, but don't call the police for guns if you don't like guns so much. You know. Don't tell them, oh, good job for shooting. That active shooter. Or they should have used mace. You don't tell the police that. So everybody just have to just calm down and hopefully think logically about the things that we want, but we don't have to ban it just because we don't understand it or because we want you to be safe or not to be gay. So we shouldn't ban gay people or trans people from uh, expressing themselves. Oh, I don't want my children to be a black, so I'm gonna just ban all these Black history books. I'm a ban Black people from all these kind of places and things like that. 'Cause I want my children to ever fall in love with no Blackie. I want my children to ever want to be Black and listen to all that jazz and hip hop and R&B. I don't want my children to go to a Black. Okay, well, just don't take them there. Okay, but I mean that don't mean your child's going to be cool with Black people just because they exist and they walk around, you know. But they don't mean they got to hate them either. You see what I'm saying? They could just okay, I don't want to be around 'em. You know, I mean, you don't have to get a gun, but don't deny nobody else from getting a gun. You don't have to go to a black church. Don't deny other people going to black church. You don't have to be into black history, but don't deny other people from looking up those books. Because even Governor Desantis, see, he's saying that he backtracking. He said, "Oh, I'm going too far with the banning of the books and stuff," because he's getting so much backlash. Like I said, you can't have a lie without the truth. When we start banning books and burning books, that sound like I said, it's like some Mussolini kind of, I'm sound like some, some, 8 stuff, man. It sound like some 88 stuff, man. Oh, I'm saying too much on here, but anyway, it sound like some stuff sound like some stuff. But like I said, man, it wasn't gonna be a short live, like I said, because it's about what 12, almost about 12 something. When I saw this, like I said, just to reaffirm, just to put it out there, man, for y'all, for God chosen eunuchs, aka trans people, LGBT on the umbrella, LGBT, but primarily trans, that I told you, keep the faith. Yah is on your side. You see what I'm saying? Yah is on your side. No matter what they do, no matter what bill, no matter you know, threats of violence and all this stuff like that. And rest in peace to all the fallen, warriors and soldiers out there who just living their life. You know what I mean? The trans community, all the trans women and trans men who just living their, living life. Like I say, it wasn't in vain. All this is happening for a reason, and the pain you're going through is for a season. But like I say, with every new age, you got people who want the old paradigm to stay this old way and all that kind of stuff like that. And people in order for ones to go into the next paradigm, the next better way of living, it has to be something drastic that people feel like, man, can't nobody control this power. If these people come with all this trans, this and they unite with the male and the female energy inside them, it's gonna be something that nobody gonna be able to contain. And people always fear what they can't conquer. They gonna hate what they can't conquer. They gonna fear what they understand. But that's what's needed to go to the higher heights, to go where one has been going to actually be free. Because ones think that they free under the old slave indoctrination. They don't see it's indoctrination or dogma, right? Of system of control. So they figure, well, if we can't control it, then it's just going to, everything is going, we can't explain it, we can't control it. It's just going to be pandemonium. It's going to be the end of us. And it's like, no, it's going to be a new beginning. It's not going to be the end. You always tell these people who, oh, well, if everybody was gay, it wouldn't be no more people on the planet. I said, it's still gay people on this planet. There's always been gay people. It's always been trans, gay, always been, whether secret, and people are still here. You had places like Greece and Rome. Like I say, it did not stop Greece from, or Greek people from not being born, because there was so much homosexuality going on in Greece and Rome. That's not even what brought down Rome. As homosexual as they say it was, you don't find them not existing, because they celebrated, or they was cool with homosexuality. They had a freaking empire all over all over the known world at that time, just about, right? Okay. So if homosexuality was stopping or hindering, then the Roman and the Greek Empire should be and then, like I said, it's kind of funny. You got American conservative presidents want to freaking ban LGBT, but the dollar bill and the stuff, America is modeled after Rome and Greek. It uses the same symbolism. Even the whole democracy, all that stuff come out of where? Come on now. So it comes from a place that was drenched in homosexuality. So these American concepts, even the building, the structures, all this stuff, go back to Egypt, go back to Rome and Greece, Republican, all this stuff, right? Especially Republic, all this stuff come out of where? So you say you American, but America, come on, come on. I think y'all understand what I'm where I'm coming from, right? So yeah, so that's why I want to say like that. Hey, y'all be good out there. Shout out to everybody who watches live. After I posted up, looking at this, watching this, who was informed, share this live to many people that you can. If you feel like you have my permission, and just want to say, yeah, love to y'all. It's James Speed. Keep the faith. Y'all is Unix, and y'all be good. Shalom.